September 5, 1886. Wild horses, wild men, wild times. From the history of the West and the life of Bat Masterson, the man who became a legend in his own time.
If I was you, mister, and thought it proper to wear them clothes, that'd get me out of the dust.
If you were me, you wouldn't be wrangling horses at $8 a head.
Sudden, you don't argue with a U.S. cavalry quartermaster. What are you looking at?
What's the name of this place?
Who are you that's asking?
Masterson's the name. Bat Masterson.
Wow.
What about the town?
That town called Prosper. It's called that on account of...
Mostly wild horses.
Not mostly, Mr. All. Wild and free and to be got on the buttes. Something bothering you?
It's funny, sitting and chatting with you, I thought I saw 4 or 5 of those wild and free horses wearing iron shoes. You figure there's a local blacksmith up in those buttes?
Well, now, what I'd do, mister, is lift that derby hat and scratch my head and wonder about it. All the way to town, through it, and out the other side. Wouldn't you say, boys? Should I draw my gun or something?
Listen, I'm going to stay in your town for a while. If you feel you got the reason for it, you can ask that question about the gun again. If you feel you got the reason for it. And a belly for it. You know me? You ever been around Dodge? What's he done?
Killed a man. Gunned him in the back.
Ain't true.
It's true.
I'm looking for someone. A woman named Laura Hopkins.
Her tent's up there on the flat.
Thanks. Laura?
Who is it?
It's Bat.
Wait.
When the rider rode into Elkhorn, he told me you were here and that you needed me. How'd you know I was in Elkhorn?
I wasn't sure. A month ago, someone said you were there.
You see? You said I'd never do that again. What's the matter?
Nothing, I was just remembering.
Yeah? Is it Cimarron City or Dodge? I hope it was Cimarron.
Yes, it was.
Come here, Laura.
First, I thought the way to do it is to make you remember. Make new again what was between us. And knowing you and the kind of man you are, I'd say, there's some trouble bad, I need your help. You put on your grin and your gun. Somehow there wouldn't be any trouble anymore.
What kind of trouble?
Listen, Bat, I haven't seen you for a couple of years, and for me that's a long time. There's a boy named Joe Best, and I love him.
All right.
He's chained to that jail tree down below, and they're going to kill him.
They say he murdered a man. How do you know he didn't?
I know it. I love him, and I know it.
He'll have a trial.
No trial. They're going to lynch him. They're going to lynch him, Bat. Didn't you see what was going on? Didn't you feel what was happening? When they arrested him, they sent for the circuit rider. Someone said there was one about 100 miles away, and they'd get him and bring him back. There would be a trial. But they're not going to wait.
Everyone deserves a trial. Something like this, there's always someone who starts the lynch talk. Who is he?
Clark Benson.
Waiting for it. That's just about the best time there is, ain't it, Clark? The waiting time, I mean. You just call the dance any time you say.
Thinking about him, Clark?
Yeah, he stays in my mind.
Ours, too. Too fine a man to be killed in the back. That circuit rider's taking his sweet time to come judge a trial, ain't he?
That's right. That's what he's doing.
Where a lady walks, you give way.
You still wondering about something, mister?
Such as about the horses. Such about me knowing about him. He said I was to keep riding. I guess I don't have time to think about things like that.
Point I'm making, mister, is that there's nothing left to keep you here.
But there he is.
Oh?
That boy.
What about him?
You tell me.
That's easy. He's gonna die.
The circuit rider might judge it different.
He might just do that. He's staying around to find out.
Yeah? And I'll tell you why. Because I've been asked to. And of course, there's my own interest in it. Anything I can do, any big little thing I can do, I'll try to stop a hanging that's too quick.
You talk, mister. You talk like a lynching's about to happen, which it ain't.
I tell you now, I look at you and I get the feeling you're not waiting for the circuit ride.
Why don't you listen? I didn't say we'd wait.
Killing's got to be done, huh?
Why don't you listen? I'm trying to tell you that we're gonna hang that boy. But only after a trial. A just and a fair trial. With me, the judge, and then the jury. Go on, take a look at him. Go on, take a good look. Jury. As tried, as true, as just as any as you're gonna find in the territory. And another thing about them, they're tired of waiting. And maybe that circuit rider will take his time about us because there's more important killings took place somewhere else with more chivalry to it and more picnic dancing. You see, we only had a small killing take place here. My brothers. Now, folks like my brother, and they're thinking they want to do something for him, like hanging his killer from that jail tree.
I don't intend to take as much time as you talking about it. But you're not going to rush it.
Now, you calling the play.
That's right. Any way you want it.
Ride that wild horse like a monkey, mister.
That horse has been ridden before. He carries a brand, but you know that.
This gentleman says we're thieving the horses. I say that's a heavy load to put on the backs of honest men.
You talk, now me. I call you thieves. There's a brand on the horse I rode, and I've seen others you call wild shod. That makes you thieves. I know some among you don't hold with it, but you don't do anything about it, so that dirties you with it. You keep silent about a boy shackled to a tree. It makes you a mob. It makes you thieves and murderers. One man pushing you into it and you let him. How long you gonna let him do that?
Well, answer him.
Let me answer that.
Give it back. Just give it back. Get my hat.
Can't spoil the fun.
I told you to do something.
Tell me once again.
Now, you pick up my derby hat, brush it off, and bring it right here to me. Clean it.
I heard about what you done. Took a good man to do that. You've known him somewhere before. You didn't tell me about
I
Laura.
told you about it. This is about Masterson.
I guess you didn't tell me half.
What about the killing, Joe?
I told you what's true. I didn't do it. Laura tell you she loves me?
Yeah.
You think I'd do anything to spoil that? Think I'd kill a man knowing I'd have to die for it? Knowing I couldn't have Laura anymore if I did that?
Trial's about to start. You're standing in the way. Obstructing justice, I've heard it called. Now you get out of the way.
No.
This is it, huh?
That's right.
Killing's gotta be done.
No. No, it doesn't. Get your mob to turn around. Let them do the things they do when they wait. Let them whittle. Bang in the bar with a shot glass. Rustle horses. Things they need doing till the circuit rider gets here. And maybe he'll get you, Killy. The boy's guilty, he'll hang. And you can live with whatever joy there is in that.
Leave him alone. Leave him alone.
You wanted a trial, boy, and you're gonna get it. And as long as it takes, that's how much living you got left. So if it's worthwhile to you, you better stand peaceful, huh?
If you don't like to watch, just turn and walk away.
Some among us thinks justice means holding a court. Well, I agree. This town's got a name, it ought to have a court. No, it has. Some of you men stand apart and be a jury, huh? Now you got a judge and a jury, boy. Now tell me about my brother.
I told you 1,000 times I didn't do it.
He's a liar.
You argued with him, we know that. And the night before, you had a big to-do about how much was owed you per horses. Then you said you was going to kill him. That's true, ain't it?
Yeah?
What? I can't hear you. What'd you say?
Yes, that's true.
And the next morning, he was found dead. Nobody in this town except you had any reason to kill him.
You tried that. You know I'm grateful, don't you? Bat?
Wait a minute. Are you still the great rider you used to be?
What?
Remember you once got skittish and I had to chase you 20 miles out of Gouge Eye? If your horse hadn't gotten tired and stopped
What kind of talk is that now?
Where's your horse?
Back in my tent?
All right, now you get on him.
You're gonna let them run us out of town?
No, you do as I say. Get on your horse. Come on, quick.
That takes care of the evidence, all right, unless somebody's got something he wants to say.
I got something to say. What are you making the big to-do about? If you're gonna hang him, hang him.
What we're having is a trial, and if we're going to do that, we'll do it right. You got anything else you want to say?
I never killed your brother. Didn't.
In the back. You killed him in the back. You boys have heard all the evidence. You tell me what he is, guilty or not guilty.
That boy there is guilty.
Now you had your trial. That's the end of it. You got it in mind to pray. You better do it now. You got maybe a minute for it. Give us a hand with this barrel. I'm the one who's gonna kick it right out from under you, boy. Now, why don't you confess?
You're hanging an innocent man.
You're not getting away.
All right. We can talk now.
Maybe you got to talk. I don't. Laura and me, we got to be moving on.
Where to? Back to Dodge?
I don't know word or deed to thank you enough, Mr. Masterson. That's all the time Laura and me can give you. Now, you say what you need to him and come on, honey.
Oh, no. No, wait.
For what?
I saved you from a lynching, boy, but I didn't promise to save you from a trial.
Well, what are you talking about? What's he talking about?
Joe didn't kill anybody.
Tell him.
I don't know what's eating at you, but I ain't gonna stand any trial.
You say you didn't shoot a man in the back. I'm not sure, but you got the fury in you to do it. I saw you run Benson down when you could have ridden around him.
You sorry you did?
Why'd you do it, boy?
Well, he was gonna lynch me, so I had to try to kill him. Think I did.
No, I don't think that's why. I think he knew you killed his brother. You were in trouble in Dodge, weren't you?
Someone's always crowding me, pushing me.
We're going back. You staying for the trial, Laura?
No.
Stage for Carson City's coming through tomorrow.
I'll be on it.
Benson, too. Army's taking back questioning about the horses. They rigged up a litter for them.
One thing about you, Bat.
One thing?
When you ride through a town that needs building, it gets built.
In Tent City?
Part of Tent City needed stamping out. You did that.
I'm heading for Carson City, too. I'll be going good and slow.
Back when the West was very young, there lived a man named Masterson. He wore a cane and derby hat. They called him Bat Masterson. A man of steel, the stories say, but women's eyes all glanced his way. A gambler's game he always won. His name was Bat Masterson. The trail that he blazed is still there. No one has come since to replace his name. And those with too ready a trigger forgot to figure on his lightning cane. Now in the legend of the West, one name stands out of all the rest. The man who had the fastest gun, his name was Bat Masterson.